So the question being asked today is Eric Johnson's Cliffs of Dover in any one particular key? And can we prove that through the graph paper method that every last note, with the exception of the blue note used here and there, is in the key of, well, let's see if we can reveal that today using the graph paper method. So let's get started building our graph, and we know that we'll need a pencil and a straight edge to create a quick and simple guitar graph. So using a 6-string guitar as an example, we'll create the graph right here. Okay, so after marking out some dots, draw a line across, 24 boxes, 6 boxes up for a 6-string guitar, fill in your note names, and draw in some dots to make a nice reference to a 24 fret fretboard. Finish it up there and make a little correction. Here we go. A 24 fretboard is my standard graph size, but what we're dealing with here in this song is a, as we know, Eric Johnson, the master of the Stratocaster, is playing a guitar with only 21 frets. So there we go. We'll only need to worry about the frets up to there for today. So let me play a little something here so we can hear anything before we fill out any notes of the graph. There's the intro lick, played a little slower. And that would be, of course, because I can play it much faster, cleanly. Anyways, and we can't do the whole song examined here, but just on the intro here, we can see we've got the outline of a record starting to get recognizable here. Let's do a little bit more. I'm going to play. And that would look like this. Okay, so examining what we just scribbled down there, I made a little mistake, but this note is in the scale, so I put a little circle through it. It's not what I played, but it technically is in the scale that we're playing, so not a bad note to have green. And what we're starting to recognize here is the outline of a pentatonic. We started with the low droning E note as the very first note of the progression, kind of indicating that we're in some kind of E minor as we played through what appears to be the E minor pentatonic scale, and we graced over 2 notes that are not in the scale, and they're both a B note and coincidentally known as the blue note in your pentatonic jamming. You know, that's commonly used in blues soloing, not in the scale, but makes a great flavor tone to step outside the scale, or that when you need to add tension, or that blue note sound that you blues guys will probably be pretty familiar with. And if you're not, well, then something new to learn. So the question is now, can we determine a key just from this pool of notes here that we played? And it's starting to look like we can, but I think we're in between 2 keys right now. Let's start by finding out exactly how many notes we have played so far and what those notes are for our theory analysis of Eric Johnson's Cliffs of Dover here. Here we go. So lo and behold, we have indeed revealed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes of a major scale. And we are looking at the key of G, which is the only key to have 1 sharp note, being an F sharp, and that reveals it right there. The other ones being whole notes, you know you're in the key of G right there. So when he started ringing out an E in the beginning, it sort of suggested Aeolian for the beginning introduction, which was a nice touch, considering that the rest of the song primarily shifts to that G chord sound and a major sound, and rocks on through a G, D, and C and E bass notes, and so on and so forth. So right there you've revealed that the Cliffs of Dover is in the key of G, and if you rock through the rest of the song, you'll find that every note is found in that song is somewhere in the key of G, with just the blue note. And listen to that song, man. Listen to how many cool moments there are, how many, well, we know why we love that song. So what Eric has mastered is not only the graph paper method, but learning to see where he can be over each chord. Maybe I'll say that more like he basically caters to chord tones, and that's what he knows. You know, those are the hotkey notes, and the extensions of the chords are the really sweet notes, and that's what you keep on hearing popping through the solo. That's why there's all these magic notes that he hits in his solo. When you play your solo, you just kind of, if you just noodle around these notes as an exercise, you know, your solos might not wake up. So learn the graph paper method, and then play songs like this one. So you really learn how to outline chords in your lines. That'll be maybe easier to recognize because you'll get familiar with these shapes once you jazz around the entire fretboard like you'll learn to do with this method. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to fill out the rest of the key of G while I jam over the top of it. I guess we'll leave it at that today. The point we wanted to prove was that using the graph paper method, you can harmonically analyze any song you want, and to prove to yourself that it's probably in a major key like most songs are, and you'll be amazed at how many great and cool sounding songs are just simply in a major key, not using anything exotic like you think they are. I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Probably my best production yet, getting better at doing little things like making fast parts in videos. Of course, you may recognize that from another great teacher. I'm going to steer you towards a channel called 12 Tone. Look up 12 Tone online. He's a great music theorist, and he has some incredible stuff. And if you can follow along with that, you can follow along with this, and maybe this helps you follow along with what he's talking about. Cool, huh? Okay, all right, guitarists. Rock on with your Eric Johnson. Look for him. He's on tour. Look if he's coming to your city. Buy a ticket. It's $25 here in my city. It's the most outstanding deal on a concert in the last 15 to 20 years. I've never paid, had that much of my hero playing my music, that much music afforded to me for such a discount price, man. Great. I'm so glad he's coming to town. So look him up. Go see Eric Johnson. Have a great day. And if you could, please like and subscribe. Search me out on Patreon. And I don't know if everything on Patreon is the way it's going to be, but if you can find a way to donate to me on this channel somehow, that would be really appreciated. I can really make some more of these videos even better with a better camera. Have a wonderful day. Peace.